soggy dungeon. In a 20 by 30 foot chamber that was previously dry before you opened the door. Along the north wall is a stone altar, and several stone benches are positioned in front of it. Behind the altar, sunk into the wall, is a stone hook, which previously held a bone-handled mace, which is currently in Squash's possession.
Yeah, Squash. We you left, but we gave it to you.
Yeah,
I'm
you
holding
get a
on to
mace.
it. Here, let me.
Really cool mace.
It's a. I did put it in my inventory. Oh, no, wait, maybe I didn't. Maybe it's just in my DMs.
Who left?
One of the non-D&D players.
Probably
Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Did one of you DM me this, or is it in chat?
I believe I DM'd you.
Pinged you in chat as well. I remember pinging you.
No,
in
you
chat.
did not DM me. It's only in chat.
Apparently so.
Yeah, just look for the last ad of you, I believe. Well, that isn't the bot.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, that's fine. Now that however means that somebody else has to take the magic longsword,
The magic longsword? What?
or the dancing longsword,
Wait, why?
because I can only wield 2 weapons. I only have 2 hands.
What's your primary then?
The longsword +2.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have.
I already have a +2 magic weapon. I'll take
I mean,
2, but I've only got 2
have a
hands.
magic weapon if you know.
I also do
You-
a lot of damage.
Oh, that's right. He does beat people with a stick.
I like beating too.
Well, so the other thing is I'm currently using a shield, so if Father Maxwell would like the mace, then he can have that.
Yeah, I can use a mace.
Very on brand for a cleric.
I can use a mace.
Warhammer of Love.
Alright. I give the mace +2 to Father Maxwell.
Indeed.
That way we can spread out some of the goodies a little bit, because right now I've got like all of our magic weapons.
Actually, the mace doesn't do me. It's a +2 mace, and I'll do straight damage because it's a strength-based weapon,
And what, you're a dex character?
I'm a dex character. Yeah,
Hold on
Give
a
it to
second.
Bartimus.
yeah. Give it to Bartimus. He can use it.
Okay,
Yes.
then give it to Bartimus.
We're back in the FFAM situation. Underdark.
Mhm.
Here's a bajillion magical longswords. No one else can use it. And fucking Gilbert's like, oh man, I can't carry this many longswords.
And that's what happened.
Well, here it is, proof that I can in fact put a magical weapon in the dungeon, and it's not a longsword.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, look, it's mechanically identical other than the damage type. I mean, can we prove that it's not just a blunted longsword?
Actually, it would be a
That's the
blunted
weapon I
short
started
sword.
with.
Warhammer is D8. Mace is D6.
I don't.
Well, slap my shins and call me a suburbanite.
Are you gonna send me the?
Get your shins ready, suburbanite, because I'm coming.
Are you gonna send it?
So you got the right idea, Spectre.
All right, what are we doing here, people?
So wait, what does this mace do?
It's a mace +2.
So that means when you make attack and damage rolls with it, you add 2.
It's good for, you know, beating people up.
Yeah, plus it's a magical weapon, so it.
Magic's damage.
Magic.
So, Jake, if you type in where the weapons are, if you type in mace and then space and then +2, it'll automate it.
Yep.
Just the plus sign and then number 2. It will automate the +2 onto it.
Okay. I mean, my great axe still does more damage.
Yes, but it's not magic damage. That's the distinction.
The key being magic damage.
yeah,
You're-
you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so you can have that in your back pocket for when we inevitably run into something that's either resistant or immune to non-magical physical damage. Because D&D
Beautiful.
doesn't punish you enough for not playing a spellcaster.
Yep.
That's fair.
It's true, it doesn't.
Maybe not at this level.
Honestly, I think going forward, that's something I'm trying to figure out how to fix on my end. Experimentally, I still haven't found a good solution.
I've long been a proponent of just not giving enemies resistance to non-magical damage.
I just give them resistance to specific damage types. I never do magic.
Yeah, that's a different thing, but that resistance specifically only exists to punish martial characters.
Yeah. Oh wait, so you're saying like you do like resistance to bludgeoning, but it could still be hit by slashing and piercing?
Oh yeah, that's different. Or you could have your skeletons be resistant to slashing and piercing, but weak to bludgeoning or something.
I gotcha. Make your weapon pick matter. What were we doing before we devolved into theory crafting in the middle of Under's campaign?
We were in a
Middle is the
dungeon.
start.
And it's wet.
You're in a dungeon. It was wet because you had gone up a set of stairs and down a set of stairs, and it was flooded. And this side of the stairs had these little piranha fish in it that you murdered.
Oh, that's right, that's right. And then we cooked up the crab meat from the giant enemy crabs from a historical Japanese battle that we killed. And we're currently waiting for Twidget to return to us with a cow so we can get milk from it.
I thought it sounded something super outrageous like that.
Even if he does come back with a cow, getting milk from it is going to be hard, because cows only produce milk.
I think it was cheese
And that's if
we
Twitch
needed.
brings
It was
back
butter.
a
We
cow.
needed butter.
If he brings back himself, I'll be satisfied. Although we'll have to kill one of them.
And bring back a fey cow.
No, if he brings back another
Actually-
Twidget.
Oh, well, I mean, I could do that. I have the amulet.
There can be only one.
Please
I mean,
say
pretty
you
easy to
don't
tell
know.
which one's 12 and which one's 7 if I threw the amulet on somebody else. 2-inch height difference is pretty obvious.
But yeah, you'd been sent to this dungeon by Umlaut, the tribal cleric from the village of Mantru, who said that you were the prophesized ones to rid Taboo Island of evil.
Yep. Now we have excised the cult that was kidnapping people from the village. So I think at this point we're reasonably satisfied that we've explored everything here aside from that cave. But that cave isn't really I mean, it does connect to the temple that we're in, or dungeon, or whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't seem to be related to the source of the evil that was the cult that we wiped out. So I think at this point, when Twidget gets back, we can leave. Unless anybody has any misgivings about that.
No, we got rid of my competition. I mean,
Who is your competition?
don't worry about it. I didn't say anything.
Yep, so we're just waiting for Twidget to come back.
The prophecy. Yes, we foresee that you will come and rid us of the evil ones, only to give rise to the next evil one. Yeah. So we're gonna wait under. We're gonna eat crab and we're gonna wait for Twidget.
Can't
In this room?
crab without the butter.
We're gonna find Twitchit. This is the flooded room?
Yes, you're in that room with the altar that you grabbed the bone-handled mace from.
And there was no further we can progress? Have I checked this room for traps and secrets and hidden
No, you have
things?
not.
I shall begin investigating this chamber for secrets, traps, concealed objects, and hidden things.
I wish
Yeah.
to aid in this endeavor
On
and
that.
put both of our squishy wizards in the same place.
What do you got to say about that?
So as you're looking about, you notice that there is a seam running vertically through the middle of this altar. It is a fine seam and easy to miss. But it looks like it is composed of two components.
Uh-huh. Is one side composed of plutonium and the other side composed of something bad for my health?
They appear to be made out of rock.
What kind of rock? Igneous, metamorphic, or sedimentary?
Chert.
Plutonium's a rock. A little bit spicy, but still a rock.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that under.
He said it was made of chert.
Yes, it's made out of chert. A hard, fine-grained sedimentary rock.
Good to know.
Right.
Ooh, a very nice looking rock. Indeed. Gentlemen, there's a fine seam along this altar. I'm going to step back, and I'd like one of you martially inclined to take care of it.
What do you mean take care of it?
Split the seam, pull it open.
Okay.
I can
And-
assist.
And I'm going to escort myself a ways away, about 30 feet.
All right. Squash is going to attempt to pry open that seam with a crowbar.
All right. Well, make a strength athletics check with advantage. All right, so yeah, you managed to work your crowbar into there and begin heaving the two halves of this rock altar apart. And showing as you do so that it is in fact hollow. As you pull the pieces apart, you can see inside a small wooden chest, and flanking that chest, two small coral statuettes that are extraordinarily finely carved. One of a cow, the other of a snake.
Hey, we found a cow.
What is the significance of cows and snakes together? Or opposed?
Make a religion check.
Religion.
Yes.
All right.
Nothing comes to mind.
Oh wait, what was Pete? What was that roll?
Was what?
Your
That 21. That was me
yeah.
prying open the seam.
Okay.
The statuettes, as you're looking at it, they are exquisitely carved, and you think that if you were to sell them, they would be worth, just as art objects, 1,000 gold apiece.
Very valuable, guys. Very valuable. Where can I write this down? Here we go. Snake and cow carving, 1,000 gold pieces each.
Yes.
All right.
Have we checked this room for magic?
I don't think we did.
I'll go ahead and ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. You spend 10 minutes casting Detect Magic and detect no magic.
Alright.
Did it just get weirdly quiet?
Well, no one seems to be doing anything.
Well, we're waiting for Twidget to get back.
Still waiting on Twitch?
I don't know what's taking him so long.
Yeah, well, the heck's going on in Twidget's world?
You guys are down in the insides of the dungeon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just staring at this chest and 2 statues.
You
I
could
take
go
them.
back to the entrance.
We take them.
Okay, we told him to come back to us, so I don't know why he would wait outside.
We
How do you
acquire
know
the
where you
loot.
are in the dungeon?
He would come back to where we were when he left?
We're not at that location.
Oh, I thought we were. Yeah, then we should just go to the exit.
Twidget would have no idea where you guys are. You went down into water and swam around.
I thought we were here.
No. Underdark?
Yeah.
Actually, not goulash.
Goulash appears.
Awesome.
The level
level 20.
30 fucking Goliath barbarian.
Squash. Could you please pick up those 2 statues?
I take the statuettes.
Okay, you take the coral statues.
Bigger than how much it weigh?
All right, let's extricate ourselves from this locale.
So you're leaving the chest behind?
No, we're
Is there
still
anything
there.
else in the chest?
What do you mean in the chest? You guys are just looking at the outside of this chest.
You haven't opened the chest yet, Gilbert.
Oh, I'd like to inspect the chest for traps.
Sure. Make an
My
investigation
apologies.
check.
I thought the things were in the chest. Never mind.
I'll give you guidance.
Sleuth, may I acquire assistance in the investigation of this here chest?
Yes, this chest is a chest.
All right. You do not see any trap mechanisms attached to the chest. Sitting there on the floor.
All right. I open the chest.
All right. You just open the top of the chest. It's not even locked. And inside you can see that it appears to be filled with gold coins. Approximately 500 of them.
I take out my dagger.
Uh-huh.
I stab a coin.
There is a clinking sound as you shove your dagger into this pile of coins.
All right. Seems legit. I can't carry it. I close up the chest. Squash, can you carry this massive chest full of 500 gold pieces?
How much does it weigh?
Many.
I mean, I can carry it. It'll be putting me right up to how much I can carry, but
You said it's only got 500 gold pieces in it?
Mm-hmm.
I scoop out the gold pieces and leave the chest. I can easily carry all of that.
You can put it in my bag of holding.
I don't need the bag of holding. I can carry all of that and more.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, you scoop out the coins. And at the bottom of the chest, you can see inked onto the floor of it a image of a cobra with its hood wide open and eyes glaring menacingly up at you.
Man, I better not turn into a skeleton after I stole all this gold or something. Actually, here, I'll, wait, am I the character that can do that right now? Shit. Yeah, I will Divine Sense.
Okay, you divine sense. This room is consecrated.
Ooh. Okay, I think we're in the clear.
So what would Twitchett be doing at this point?
Well, he would have gone outside, got the boat, rowed across, asked them if they had a cow, and then if they didn't have a cow, asked them where he could find a cow, and then go in the direction they gave him.
You have to go back to the mainland.
He might actually.
Would he go
Which
back
Twitchett
to the
would do.
mainland?
He was told to get a cow.
Oh God.
He wasn't told at what cost or what duration.
I don't know, man. Even an ADHD kid would give up at some point.
Not if you give him hyperfocus. He's trying to impress the new guy.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Got to impress the rock-chewing barbarian.
hey, you never know when you're gonna have a giant rock that needs to get chewed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you take your canoe and go across the lake back to the village of Mantrue. The locals seem very concerned that you are returning alone. And, in fact, the old man, the Umlaut, the village cleric, comes to you and says, oh dear, have you failed in your task? Have you all succumbed to the evil of Taboo Island?
Oh no, we killed that all on the first night. We're looking for a cow.
A cow.
Yeah, we need butter.
What is this cow you speak of?
They had goats, correct?
Yes.
Oh, cows aren't even native to this part of the world.
Yeah, so
Jesus.
Twitchett will point. It's like that, but a lot bigger.
And you think you can handle these on your own?
Oh yeah, I used to do it at the farm all the time.
You farmed them.
Yeah. They just sit around all day and eat grass. Then Twitchett will pull out a piece of parchment and some charcoal and crudely draw a cow. And then I have a little bell around its neck.
How crude?
What is my... Let's say performance dexterity? How well
Sure.
I can draw. Pretty crude.
To
It might
the,
have some extra teeth.
yeah, he looks at your crude drawing, and he nods and says, "Well, I have seen similar beasts on this plateau to the north of our village, near a tall iron obelisk that has been embedded in the land for as long as everyone can remember."
And
The
as
beasts.
soon as he gives that description of the direction and what he's looking for, Twitch is like, okay, and starts running north. He doesn't even let the guy finish. He's like,
Okay.
oh, there's cows that way. Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh, the guys on the island might need a boat. I kind of took ours. Sorry. As he's running out of the village. Yeah, that's probably what Twidget's crude drawing of a cow looks like.
The what you thought looked like splotches to him look like spikes.
I can actually see that overlap from getting an 8 on my drawing, and from Twidget, he's like, yeah, that's what a cow looks like. It's got the floofy tail, big round body, head with a couple of horns on it, quadrupedal. Although they might have mistaken the udder for something else.
Look,
Does this universe have CPS?
No.
The island we're on has dinosaurs.
Look, I told them I wanted a featherless biped for dinner, and they brought me a man.
I mean,
That isn't what you asked for, though. You asked for a featherless quadruped.
But
what is
anyway,
Twidget
yeah.
gonna
So
find?
as soon as Twidget gets that, go north, look for giant iron obelisk, and he's like, okay, cows are up that way, he will just take off. He won't even let the guy finish, and then he'll also like, oh yeah, by the way, they need the boat back. And he goes away.
Okay. So you leave the village and start making your way north.
This campaign is just turning into, like...
Hi, Twidget.
No, this campaign is turning into Twidget, like, developing permanent issues that need to be dealt with through magical means, and he just keeps digging the hole deeper and deeper. It's like, oh,
It's
he
great.
reverse aged. Oh, his constitution is permanently damaged.
Oh,
Next
he
he's
doesn't
got-
have arms.
Yeah, now he's gonna get,
great.
like, his name is gonna get stolen by a fae or something.
It's so good. It's a great way to get us to new places doing new stuff.
What's your guys' plot hook for your campaign? 12-year-old gnome with ADHD.
Twidget's autobiography is gonna end up looking like the script to a Nigel and Marmalade.
I'm surprised he hasn't had his soul stolen yet or something.
Oh, that's on the to-do list.
Yeah, that'll be later. Don't worry, Pete.
I mean, that usually kills you.
Underdark
I'm sure they'll
loves
find
his
a way.
cliches.
Anyway, so
Anyway.
next scene.
So yeah, you start making your way up out of this crater and heading north along the rim of it. An hour passes as you make your way there. And you can see, as you get to that northern edge of the crater, maybe 2 miles distant, this large obelisk jetting up out of the grasslands. And you can see what appears to be large quadrupedal animals grazing on the grass.
All right, he starts heading.
There's like 3 of them. Okay, as you start getting closer, could you make a survival check, please?
Oh, absolutely.
He does not survive.
Well, I don't trip.
Alright, so you're maybe like 270 feet or so from one of these creatures. You know. And one of them picks up their head and looks at you, and you realize that that wasn't, in fact, bipedal. It's like whole body was like rotated down while it was, chewing on some grass.
Oh, these aren't the cows I was looking for.
And it begins squawking loudly at you. And then it begins charging.
Okay.
As you realize that these very well might not be cows.
Terror birds.
You should roll initiative.
Creature. Have you guys noticed that he seems to keep pissing off dinosaurs and dinosaur adjacent creatures?
Alright, Twidget, well, the not cow is charging you.
So it looks avian. I can definitely tell it's bird or reptilian.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think birds or reptilians give milk. So this won't do. So I guess I'll just have to see if I can outrun it, if not defend myself. So let's see. What do I have for cover around me?
Slightly hilly grasslands.
Okay, so I can break line of sight if I get far enough over a hill.
Yeah, but you have to get pretty far.
Okay, well then I will dash 25, or run 25, dash 25, just like tracking north, but like going out to the east or west to get around this little herd of whatever the fuck these are.
Okay.
And then I will shoot a firebolt between Bird Boy and I, not at him, just like at the grass, trying to catch it ablaze.
The grass is pretty wet.
Is there anything dry or not really?
Not really.
Okay, then action Molotov.
Okay.
Throwing a Molotov out, single oil flask.
All right.
So item interaction, light the wick, action throw.
Yeah, you throw it out in front of where he is. He's still like 270 feet away, so.
Yeah, I'm preemptively doing this.
Right.
But yeah, so I move 50 feet and throw a Molotov between him and I, and
Yeah, you're moving 50 feet away from them to the south.
no, east or west. Like I'm going around them.
Okay. So to the east, you can start to see the land kind of starting to slope upwards towards the crater, and to the west, off in the distance, you can see what looks to be like a grove of trees, like a small forest.
Oh, west would be better then.
Okay. Like it's a couple miles away.
Yeah, Twitch is not the greatest with distance. He's a foot 10
Okay.
inches.
All right.
Everything looks far away from him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll go west.
Okay. And how far did you move?
50, 50.
Okay.
25 is my base. I bonus action dash.
Yeah. All right. Well. On their turn, they continue charging at you, dodging around the fire with as they move rather quickly, dashing 100 feet closer to you.
Well, I'm assuming Twitch can't throw that far.
Right. So, yeah, actually, they wouldn't have gotten to the point where they wouldn't even be at the fire yet. They're just running towards you.
Yeah, Twitch is just gonna run and throw fire and run and throw fire until they give up.
Okay.
Like basically, he's building a wall of oil flasks.
Yeah. This is a big open area. You wouldn't be able to do that. They are going to be able to get around it. There will be gaps.
Yeah, but they're completely fine with fire. They don't have an animal instinct to run away from fire.
Well, yeah, they're avoiding it, but they're still coming for you.
Okay.
I think he's trying to intimidate them, right, Ruffles?
Yeah, I'm going for to spook them and scare them off from charging me because I'm the source of the fire. They're running towards me and there's more and more and more fire as they get closer because my fire is getting closer and closer together.
Yes, I understand. And they are running right towards you.
Okay. Okay,
And
that's fine.
you keep running towards the woods off to the west?
Yep.
Okay. So you do that. As you lose sight of them for a moment, as you keep lighting fire, as they then emerge from the fire, a little blackened, but apparently unharmed.
Okay. Still
You know,
charging though?
You're not
Yes.
the first character to die to dinosaurs. Don't feel bad.
Farewell and adieu to you, fair Spanish.
Okay, well, if I see them literally run through the fire, I'm not going to waste any more flasks. I'm going to
Mhm.
stop and shoot them with my crossbow.
Okay. Well, roll to hit on the first one. At this
How
point,
far away
they're
are they?
50 feet.
50 feet? Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Yep, I'm not even going to move then.
Well, that's a crit.
Mm-hmm. That was a little chicken hawk looking.
Yes, your arrow hits it like right in the head as it's, flat out running towards you. And with a sound reminiscent of shattering glass, the bird disintegrates into sparkling dust, which slowly begins to float towards the ground.
At this range, Twidget would be able to kind of, what the fuck was that, and look at it from perspective of somebody who's learned a little bit of magic. Did that look like some sort of magical dispersion or effect?
Yeah, that was some type of weird magical bullshit. That
Okay,
definitely was
okay.
some type of weird magical bullshit.
Can I make an Arcana check to try figuring it out?
Yes, you can make an Arcana check. Far as you could tell, they're either illusory or they're some type of just magical construct. You can't really tell.
Okay. Well, oh yeah, I suppose there's still like blur and what's the one with multiple images? But anyway, that pop when they're hit. So it's not like an illusion; it's illusion magic. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I can do with my turn.
Okay.
Can't move.
Yeah. Well, on their turn, they are going to move the 50 feet closer to you, not having to dash.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to swing their beaks at you as if to club you with them.
Seems reasonable.
I mean, I'd go for biting myself.
Does-
Reaction shield. Nothing hits.
Okay. Well, they both will take reaction attacks as you cast a spell in melee with them.
Dinosaurs with Mage Flare. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Does a 21 hit or 18 hit before the shield goes off? Because these are their reaction
Yes.
attacks. Both?
18 does.
Okay, so they both hit.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 2 hits for a...
Oh Lord.
for a total of 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And you need to make 2 concentration saves at disadvantage.
Okie dokie.
Wow.
So you succeed on both.
Yep.
And therefore, your shield goes off, blocking the other 2 attacks.
Okie dokie.
Wow, Twidget, you are in a lot of trouble.
Oh, fine.
Alright, Twidget, what do you do?
Well, I will pull out my short sword and aim for one of these, whatever looks weak on them.
I mean, they got eyes.
Eyes would be a weak point, wouldn't they? So, yeah, I'll take aim for their eyes, trying to kill them.
Okay. Well, that hits.
Shit.
Commando Twidget.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It's like, come at me, bro. I'm pretty sure that one goes poof.
Yeah, you jab your short sword into the eyes of one, and your short sword just kind of bounces off as you hear this noise like shattered glass as it explodes into fine dust, slowly descending towards the ground.
right? Does the dust seem to have any effect?
No.
Okay. Still just visual. Doesn't do damage or... Okay.
Correct.
Make the air smell funny.
Nope. In fact, like when you like see some of it like landing on your sword blade, it just passes through as if it's not really there.
Oh, so it's ethereal or something. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. I had to aim.
Okay. Well,
I didn't have to. I chose to.
Well, the remaining one is going to try and club you with its beak again.
Try.
Mm-hmm.
Reaction shield again.
Well, it's going to attempt to do that again. It misses, and then you shield.
Yep. And I'm assuming it just kind of hangs out.
Well, yeah, it bounced off your shield. It is now your turn.
All right. Well, another stabby stab. Oh, I was hoping for the 3 for 3.
Hat trick with crits. Well,
Yeah.
that hits.
8D. That's a good amount of damage, though.
Indeed, as you stab him, again your sword bouncing off as it is with a sound of shattering glass. The creature explodes into dust, which begins to slowly settle to the ground, disappearing into the ground. You're out of initiative.
Well, Twitcher goes, huh, that was weird, and keeps moving north.
Okay.
Although now his goal is finding a place of cover to catch his breath real quick. Well, actually, no, wait. I have... Oh, I do. I have 2 potions of healing. I will chug one of those.
Yeah, as you begin chugging your potions, you hear what sounds like an iron bell ringing in the distance to the north.
Huh. Dinner time. And Twidger keeps going north.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you work your way around the area that you set ablaze and can clear the smoke, you can see bright blue lights now running along the edges of that obelisk in the distance.
Huh. Well, Twitcher will start heading that way. I actually got a phone call right now. I gotta go.
Alright, well, as Ruffles is dealing with a phone call. So the rest of you are in this dungeon. Twitchett still hasn't gone back yet.
We should probably go to the entrance.
Okay. So you start making your way south, retracing your steps towards that opening in the ceiling, coming up out of the piranha pool, down into the wet water. As you begin making your way south, the corridor goes 50 feet, turns to the left. And as you do so, you see, as expected, another 50-foot long corridor, ending in that open door that leads to the large room where you fought the crabs. But halfway there is a T-intersection, where you would turn to the right past some cells to the small room where you jump down here. But on the north wall, you can see that a section of the wall is now open to the north.
So do we want to continue to explore, or do we want
Yeah,
to
let's check it out.
meet up with Twitchy?
We should check this out.
All right. Forward we go.
Okay. Who's going to look in first?
Well, I would assume it was going to be somebody that's. Oh wait, I was going to say heavily armored, but I'm heavily armored.
Yeah, stick your head in.
Right. Yeah. I'll go.
Thanks for volunteering.
Yeah, I'll go in the room and check it out.
Okay. So you walk into this chamber. It is a 30 by 30 foot chamber, the floor of which is flooded, as if like the water was the same level as the rest of this area. and the walls are lined with statuary. Some of the statues depict graceful creatures, others are of women with children, and others are of fierce monsters. All of the statues are well fashioned, but have deteriorated due to age and moisture. The stone glistens a green-streaked red when struck by your light, giving even the simplest and most innocent pieces an unwholesome look, which is further exacerbated by the fact that around each of these statues is a hissing snake coiled up on it. Like coiled on it. In the roof, you can clearly see what appears to be a wooden trapdoor about 15 feet above you. And 3 thick stone vertical bars bar access to a hallway to the north.
All right. Well, sorry, it's been a long day on my end. My brain's kind of beginning to shut down. Pete, can you take the lead for a moment while I acquire caffeine?
Certainly. Sorry, so what's at the end of this hall full of statues?
It's a room full of statues. A 30 by 30 foot room, the center of which has a trapdoor 15 feet above you in the ceiling.
Right, ceiling trapdoor.
On the statues, on each of them, you can see a coiled snake, wrapped around the statue, of which there are 8 of them.
Is this part of the statue, or are these actual snakes?
Actual snakes wrapped around stone statues that depict various figures. To the north is a barred access to a hallway that leads to the north, out of this chamber. By 3 thick vertical posts that appear to also be made out of stone.
Ah, okay. Well, which of these do we want to take a look at first? The snakes present an immediate threat if they're hostile. But they might not be. Then we could try for that hatch in the ceiling, or maybe break those stone posts and go to the north. A lot of possibilities here. You said that was 15 feet up?
Yes, the trapdoor is 15 feet above you.
That is quite high. Does somebody want to give me a boost?
Sure, I'll give you whatever.
Yep. If Galen can boost me up to the ceiling, I will anchor myself there. Or rather, I'll anchor a rope there so that people can climb up.
So you're walking into the middle of the room so you'd be surrounded by these 8 statues with the snakes on them.
Sure, I guess that's the first thing we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's a bunch of you. So how many of you are going in here? It's only a 30 by 30 room.
I would expect the whole party to follow me. I would say, come on, everybody.
Okay. As they begin to filter in, some people are inevitably getting a little too close to the snake, which do not appear to be particularly friendly. And one of them kind of rears up its head a little bit, kind of looking at the party, and spits. Afflisted does a 19 hit your armor class.
Sheet. 19. I'll shield and that'll miss.
Okay. Well, as you shield, that even further disturbs the snakes. And you guys should roll initiative. Is Gilbert here?
No, he's not. Remember,
Okay.
he had to go get caffeine.
Oh, I didn't know he'd gotten back yet.
Ah.
Anyway, Aflista, what would you like to do?
How far are the snakes?
Well, 2 of them are 5 feet from you. The one that spit at you is 10 feet away.
Alright. I will cast... Are we making any attempt to be subtle?
What do you do?
I'm gonna take that as fuck it. I'm gonna take out a short sword and I'm going to stab one of the ones that is in melee with me.
All right, roll to hit.
But 22.
That hits.
For 6 non-magical slashing.
Okay. Yeah, you cut the head off one of the snakes, and it dies.
Wonderful. That's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Bartimus?
Hello. Perfect timing. I just switched over to my computer. All right. What's the closest snake to me?
Well, that'd be either the one to your left or the one to your right, both of which are only like 5 feet away from you.
And how many snakes are there?
7 right now.
Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and rage, and then attack the snake to my left first with my. You said non. You just used a non-magical, right?
I did.
And that was fine. Yeah, it probably is. Alright, I'm just gonna go smack it with my axe. I do not smack it with my axe,
No, you do not.
but I do it again.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I have rage. And I have to roll the fucking... I keep forgetting how to do this. I'm sorry.
You're all good. No need to apologize.
I don't ever play a... Number 5. Whenever a creature hits you with an attack roll before your rage ends, that creature takes 1d6 force damage as magic lashes out in retribution. Okay. But I still get my other attack.
All right. That hits the snake.
Awesome.
Well, the snake looks to be near death, but it is still alive.
Okay. Well, that's it for me.
Okay, Squash. You're in the center of the room, not in melee with any of them.
Which snake looks the most injured right now?
Probably the one Bartimus just hit, which is looking to be near death.
Oh, goody. Then, how far away is that?
8 feet from you.
Then, let's see here. I will strike at it with my dancing longsword.
And you hit.
For 13 magical slashing.
And it dies.
Excellent. Is there another snake that's injured?
None of the remaining 6 snakes are hurt.
Okay. Then I will pick a new one. We'll do one of the ones next to the one we just killed, so that way Bartimus will be close to it.
Sure.
Kind of wanted to hit me.
Well, then I'll put myself in between you and it.
No, I want it to because I have my reaction.
Oh, you do want it to? Even better.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, then I'll run up to that one and try to hit it with my sword.
Okay. That hits.
For 11 magical slashing.
It dies.
Excellent. That is it for me.
Okay, Galen.
How many of them are left?
5.
What's the closest one to me?
The one in melee with you.
Oh, okay, good. Well, then that kind of eliminates all the options. I'll just bust that one up.
That hits.
Six points of thunder damage.
It dies.
And I think that's all I can do.
All right.
I'm on my turn.
All right, so the snakes. Well, let's see. There is that one, which is going to try to take a bite out of Eric. Does a 13 hit Eric?
No, it does not.
All right, this one is over by... Actually, there's 2 over by Duodecius. They're going to try and bite him.
At me, bro. I'm an all-powerful wizard.
16?
I cast shield.
Okay. And then the last one, having seen you do like fancy magic shit, is going to instead spit at Bartimus. Does a 14 hit Bartimus?
No.
Okay. That is all the snakes. Eric.
Yeah,
Your turn. What do you do?
there was one in melee with me, right?
Yes.
I don't like that. I will attack it.
Okay. Rolled hit. You succeed.
Nice. Sick.
And it dies.
Cool. That's it.
All right. Duodecius.
All right. There's these mean little snakes. How many are left?
There are 3 left, 2 of which are in melee with you. The other is like 12 feet away from you.
Can I catch them all in a burning hands? 15
Yes.
foot cone?
Yes, you can. Deck save?
Yes. They fail.
Mm-hmm. As they are roasted
Damn.
into nothingness. The snakes are all dead. You guys are out of initiative.
Alrighty.
Yeah, snakes are dead. The water still in this room. Bits of snake covering the statues. Trapdoor above. Barred access to the hallway to the north.
Mm-hmm. Lead us forward, Squash. You seem to have done well so far.
Yep. Well, before we had to deal with these snakes, we were about to climb through that hatch in the ceiling. So now, if somebody will boost me up, I will put an anchor into the ceiling to set up a rope we can climb to reach it.
It might take several.
Why is that?
At very least, I know 3 of us are weak and feeble.
Well, I'll set up the rope for now. I'll put knots in it.
Okay. Yeah, you knot up the rope to make it easier to climb. Several party members can hoist you up on their shoulders, and you pound it into the ceiling next to the trapdoor.
All right. Having done that, I climb the rope and attempt to open the trapdoor.
Okay. Yeah, you reach up to grab the trapdoor. It looks like it opens upward.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And when you kind of... There's like this little eye ring on it that you would pull or push with.
Yep, I peek it. I don't just throw it open.
Ah, okay. Well, then make a stealth check as you slowly start to rise it up as you notice that it's also flexing as you do so. Like it's rotten wood and it's very flimsy.
It's okay. I wasn't trying to be stealthy anyway.
Yeah, as you're opening it slowly, kind of peeking your head in there, as that just kind of collapses like a wet cloak just kind of slapping into your back, making a wet squelching sound as the trapdoor disintegrates.
I lift it up as I push on it with my head, and then I eventually just lift it right off the hinges. And it comes apart and becomes a hat.
Mm-hmm. As you are now looking into a 20-foot wide, 40-foot long room, at the end of which you can see the walls, the ceiling, and the floor seem to have been taken over by a mass of vines and fungus. And it appears to be moving towards you. You can slowly see little creatures kind of coming out along the ground and dragging this mass towards you.
You say a mass of vines and fungus?
Yes.
Strange. Okay. I alert the party, hey, there's some kind of fungus creature up here. And then I drop back down to the floor using the rope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just dropping 10 feet. And I sort of shoo everybody away from the area under the trap door and ready my weapons.
Yeah. As the fungus gets to the trap door and begins roping itself onto the ceiling. Like it's sticking to the ceiling as it begins spreading out.
Can I attack it?
Sure. Make an attack roll. Yeah, that'll hit it.
Oh, okay. Not that evasive.
It's a big mass of fungus and vines looking things.
411 magical slashing.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of see it. You're. How do you hit it? With what?
This is with my my +2 magical sword.
Sorry, I thought you meant you had a ranged weapon. It's on the ceiling. How are you attacking it?
Oh, I guess I would have to jump up and stab it because it's 15 feet high.
Right. Okay. Just clarifying, so I have to give the right description for it. As you jump up and stab your sword into it, the whole mass seems to shudder and drop off the ceiling, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, as it is right on top of you.
Ah, shoot.
All right. Yeah, you do one of those combat rolls as you duck to the side, roll into the wall, as with a wet thump, this whole thing falls to the ground and begins rapidly moving. And now you guys are rolling initiative again. But apparently not that rapidly.
Quite a thunderstorm we got there, Sleuth.
A little bit, yeah.
It bodes well.
Eric, Galen?
I've already rolled.
You did, yes, sorry. Just Eric then missing. Alright, well, Galen, what do you do?
I guess I'm gonna have to hit it. Right? I mean, move to combat, I suppose.
Yeah, you can move the 5 feet to get into melee with it.
Yeah, with the big fucking. I'm gonna whack it.
Okay, roll to hit.
Casting a spell as I hit.
Okay.
I can't. Well, I miss.
That you do.
do. I am done.
Okay. Squash.
I'm going to keep attacking it since it's right in front of me.
Fair enough.
This thing is pretty... This is what, large?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm actually going to bonus action hex it.
Okay.
Let me just bring up... Oh, it didn't go to the page. Let's see here. This will be... one ability. I'm going to give it disadvantage on strength ability checks as part of hex.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack it with my sword.
That hits.
For a combination of 22 magical slashing and necrotic damage.
Alright, yeah, you hit it. Dealing all that damage. It does not look happy.
Mm.
Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, Eric.
Yeah, sorry, yep.
It's your turn, what do you do?
It's not in melee with it. It's not in melee with me, right?
Correct.
How far is it?
Like 10 feet away.
I don't know if I can. Can I shoot it?
You could, yeah.
Then I'll shoot it.
Okay. Roll to hit. That hits.
Okay, cool.
What type of damage is that?
Piercing.
Okay. Yeah. As you pierce into it, it's shuddering some more. Viscous, utterly foul-smelling liquid slowly seeping from it.
I hold my breath.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Bartimus.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action infuse my sword with fire. And then I'm going to just start swinging at this friggin' thing.
Okay. Roll to hit. Those both hit. The 2d4 is the fire?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you hit him. But it looks like that while your weapon is fully effective, the fire does not appear to be particularly effective against it.
Oh, hoping for a different result.
Anything else?
That would be it.
All right, Flista.
So fire's not super effective, so decent chance elemental in general isn't. Am I in melee with this thing?
No.
Alright, good. I'm going to cast Chill Touch at it.
Okay.
Attack modifier. 18 to hit.
That hits.
But this 9 necrotic damage, and it can't regain HP until the start or end of my next turn.
Okay.
And I'm assuming it's not undead.
It is not undead.
And then that's it for me. That's the
All
start
right.
of my next turn.
Duodecius.
All right, so big mean fungus.
Yes.
What kind of fungus are we looking at?
The monstrous kind.
Okay.
It's not a myconid.
What I'm getting at more is like is this a mushroom, or
No.
is this more like some kind of weird fungal mass?
It's like a weird fungal mass of moss, vines, and other types of there isn't really a more generic term than fungus for it. That kind of holds it together and undulates. Kind of like a more physical slime.
Okay, I got you.
Like a more coherent slime, I should say.
Alrighty. You know what? I will. Hit it with a. How close is it?
10 feet away.
I'm gonna hit it with a Agnazar's Scorcher.
Okay.
Deck save.
Alrighty. Yeah, I was just checking the spells because it's not used that often. Deck save indeed.
$18 points of fire damage.
Okay. It doesn't appear to be particularly effective.
Begin fucking off.
So you're already at the edge of the room. If you want to get further distance, you'd be stepping out into the main hall again, away from the room.
Perfectly acceptable.
Okay. Do you want to go far enough to lose line of sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get back in.
Yeah, you go around the corner, getting out of line of sight. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. This guy's turn. Fungal mass begins jetting out as it like pseudopods and begin whipping around at everybody. So let's see here. First attack, I guess, will be a Galen. Does a 26 hit Galen?
It will hit Galen, yes.
Okay. So you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as this tendril wraps around you. You are now grappled, restrained, blinded, and unable to breathe, as you guys see him bodily sucked into the middle of this mass.
Oh boy.
Next attack is at Squash. Does a
Nope.
10 hit Squash? Alright, you fend off the tendril. Eric. 10 hit you? I'm gonna go with no.
Or? No.
Barnabas, that will miss you. Afflista. Does a 17 hit Afflista?
Cast shield and it'll miss.
Okay, as it bounces off your shield. That Duodecius went around a corner, and therefore he's out of its reach. Galen, it is your turn. At the start of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you are inside the monster. All right. Well, you can feel it moving about you, and but you don't take any damage from it. You are just currently grappled, restrained, blinded, and unable to breathe. What's your con mod?
+4.
Okay. Well, you got 4 rounds before you suffocate.
Question. Can I cast a spell if it's silent?
Yes.
Okay. I want to silent cast a spell. Wait, let me make sure I can do this. Oh shit, I don't have the spell. Well, this character doesn't have the spell. So I can't do anything while I'm inside this thing. Can I hit it from the inside? Or
Yes.
anything?
Attacks are, you can attack while restrained. You're just at disadvantage.
Okay, I'm gonna cast the spell silently. I'm gonna thunder wave from the inside of this thing.
Okay.
Hold my way out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that it's a con save, but I'm assuming that I don't think he can not take damage. Well, he might.
He'll be at disadvantage on it, but he so might be able to hold himself together.
Okay.
Because this is really just a measure of how tough he is.
No.
Yeah.
Only
All right.
5 points. Damn it.
Yeah, so you set off this thunder wave, and for a brief moment, there's like you're like inside of this bubble as everything was like pushed away from you, and then it just springs back, like a bubble that didn't quite pop. For those of you outside, it does look to now be bloodied.
Good.
Anything else, Galen, on your turn?
No, that's it.
All right, Eric.
What about me?
Sorry, Squash. Goddamn, my eyes jump.
All right, I'm gonna keep going for this thing.
Okay. Well, that's a miss. That's a hit. Why the different mods?
Because one of them is +2 and one of them isn't.
Ah! Okay.
That is a combination of 10 magical slashing and necrotic damage from the Dancing Longsword.
Indeed. Yeah, as it cuts into him, still doing some damage.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right. Fortune's big and meaty enough that your attacks aren't hurting Galen.
Hmm.
Eric? Eric?
Sorry, yes. It takes me a second to fucking unmute. I don't know why.
Well, it's your turn. What do you do?
So I guess I'll shoot. I hope I don't fucking hit Galen. But
Okay.
I guess I'll shoot.
Roll to hit. You miss.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's all I can really do in this situation.
All right. Artemis?
Okay. Well, swingy, swingy.
Then 19 will hit it. All right. Sorry, that D4, that's fire?
Yes, sir. It's for a minute.
Yeah, it's just because it's the fire itself isn't very effective, so you only
Yeah,
did 9 damage there.
It's fine.
Anything else as you hit it?
Nope. That's it.
All right, Flista.
I'm gonna hit it with another chill touch.
Roll to hit.
Yeah.
No.
And then I'd like to join Duodecius back around a corner.
Okay. You go back around that corner.
The secret wizard corner doing secret wizard thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be my turn.
All right, Duodecius, you're out in the hall. Flista has joined you.
All right. I am going to advance back up to the corner.
Well, you're just outside the door of the room.
Oh, okay. In that case, I peek the corner like this for Quake 3.
Yep, so you slowly strafe in front of the door and sit there.
I see the mass.
You see the mass.
I pound the mass with magic missiles.
Okay. Well, they strike
Upcast to
unerringly.
second level.
Yep. Roll to hit. Roll damage.
Misses with magic missile.
That's why it's the magic missile, not the magic hittle.
Alright, yeah, you blow little chunks of it away.
Dip back around the corner.
Alright, you get back around the corner. This guy. Well, it's going to continue lashing out at people in the room. Let's see. Squash. Does an 18 hit Squash?
No.
Alright. Going against Eric. Does a 17 hit Eric?
It does.
Okay, so you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as it wraps around you and just reels you into the inside of the mass. You are now grappled, restrained, blinded, and unable to breathe. What's your con mod?
2.
Well, you have 2 rounds before you suffocate. Then the next attack at Barnabas. Does an 18 hit Barnabas?
Yeah.
So that hits you for 14 points of bludgeoning damage as it wraps around you and sucks you into this now slightly larger mass. What's your con mod?
3.
Okay, well you are grappled, restrained, blinded, and unable to breathe. You have 3 rounds before you suffocate.
Okay.
And that is all it does. Galen, at the start of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Sorry, wrong button. You succeed and take no further damage. What would you like to do?
Is there somebody in there with me now?
Now that you can tell.
Okay.
Would he be able to feel them?
No.
I guess I'm gonna try to. I got no other choice. I'm gonna have to punch my way out. I have no spell slots left. I'm struggling here.
So you're attacking?
Yeah.
Well, you're at disadvantage because of the restrain.
Yeah. Casting a spell as I hit. If I hit.
Unfortunately, the restrain means you're unable to get purchase and do not hit it.
Damn it! All right, then I am not doing well. I have to pass my turn.
All right, squash.
The first thing I'm going to do, which I should have started doing earlier, is I'm going to start holding my breath.
Okay.
Which is the smart thing to do in this situation, seeing what's happening to all of them.
Also, that stands for Eric. He started holding his breath.
That's right. I forgot about that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, because you described it as smelling like
Yeah.
horrific, so I thought maybe it's like poison gas or something.
Well, it does smell horrific, but you were holding your breath. That is true. So you actually have you have like 3 minutes, 30 rounds before you even are at risk of suffocating.
Yep, that's why you should always hold your breath whenever there's any risk of being suffocated.
Always hold your breath in combat.
All right. Sorry.
That's so counterintuitive.
Keep your core tight
Squash.
at all times. How is this mass of fungus and vines looking health-wise?
Bloodied.
Just bloodied, not badly bloodied?
Correct.
Okay. If I wanted to try and pull somebody out of there, would I be able to, or would I have to cut in?
You would have to cut in, like they are not visible.
Okay. Can I, seeing where that like big bubble was, can I make like a targeted attack to cut in there and pull somebody out if I manage to expose them?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do the attack with the dancing sword.
Okay. Well, roll to hit. I was just thinking of what I would need as a damage threshold.
Yep.
It misses.
Well, if I don't have an opening, I can't just try to pull somebody out of there as an action.
Correct. So what do you do?
So, another attack.
That hits.
For a combination of 22 magical slashing and necrotic.
Alright, yeah, as you cut into this thing, it's starting to look pretty bad.
No, I don't have my action, but does that make a big enough hole that you could reach in and grab somebody?
It's loosened a bunch of stuff up to where you could probably reach in and fish around to find somebody.
Okay.
Like, it could still be an action to grab them and pull them out. But you don't see them.
Alright.
But you've definitely, like, cut into it enough where, just by the fact of the volume of it, you'd be able to, by getting through the outer layers, you'd be able to get in there and get somebody.
Now, do I think that hole will stay open, or should I, shove my arm into it to make sure it doesn't close?
So the way it's been moving, you're pretty sure that on its turn, that is going to close.
Okay, then I'm just going to shove my sword arm in there.
Based on how it's been, you're pretty sure doing that will result in you getting just sucked in automatically.
Oh, well then I won't do that. Yeah, then somebody else should try reaching in there for them.
Okay. It's funny because you're alone in the room.
Oh wait, is it just me now?
Well, Aflista and Duo Odysseus are out in the hall. Everybody else has been sucked in.
We're spending initiative 10 lean peeking.
Alright, well that's me.
Alright, Eric, at the start of your turn, I will need a Constitution saving throw.
Saving. Okay, 1 sec. Oh, okay.
All right, that's good enough, and you take no further damage. You are currently blinded, restrained, grappled, and unable to breathe. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. Mm. I mean, normally I would try to heal myself, but I have no means of doing that, so I guess I'll just attack.
Okay, well, you can attack, but you are at disadvantage due to the restrain.
Mhm.
As you fail to get any purchase.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I guess that's it.
All right, Bartimus. At the start of your turn, I need a Constitution saving throw. Aha! You succeed and take no further damage. You are also grappled, restrained, blinded, and unable to breathe. What would you like to do?
Start swinging.
All right, attack at disadvantage. No space between the 2 and the d20.
Yep. Also need 2 R's, don't I?
No, 1 R.
Well, it's 2 attacks.
Well, then you would need to do RR 2 space
Yeah.
2d20 KL1 plus 6. All right. Well, the 23 will actually find purchase and do some damage. Roll to hit. Or roll damage. Blech. Yeah, roll damage. I can speak. Yes, I can.
$10.
Indeed. Yeah, as you cut into him from the inside, doing some damage, though the fire doesn't appear to be particularly effective. Anything else?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Afflista.
Does this thing look like it's healing?
You have
Or
not
is it-
seen it heal. It's just a shifting mass of vine-like fungal masses.
Okay. Well, it's probably my only actually helpful spell, so I'm still going to cast Wiggle Peek around the corner and cast Necrotic Touch or Chill Touch.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Hey, that's one better than last time.
Yes, but it still fails. Anything else?
And then I'll get back around the corner and not be in its line of sight, and that'll be it for me.
All right. Duo Odysseus.
Peek the corner.
Yeah.
How fucked up is it?
It is bloodied, and Squash appears to be alone fighting it in there. It also looks bigger than it was before, physically.
Unfortunate. It's using our party's dead bodies to increase its mass. Melf's acid arrow.
Okay. I believe that's to hit roll, or is it in the saving throw?
Attack roll.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
As one of those statues just gets really fucked up. No, it's a huge thing.
Not
So
hitting Squash.
yeah, it's a huge thing compared to Squash, who's standing next to it, not between you and it. So yeah, very low chance that you shot Squash. This is an XCOM.
Yeah, bump into a Flista while we're peeking the corner.
We both Wiggle Peek, we headbutt each other.
Anything else?
Nope, ducking back around the corner.
All right. Well, on its turn, Squash, you see that rip you tore into it kind of shift around and disappear. Doesn't look like it healed, just its body's constantly moving, so it just filled in. And it's going to lash out at you.
Yep.
Does a 21 hit you?
Unfortunately. Alright, guess we're all in now.
So it hits you for 11 points of bludgeoning damage as it Yoshi swallows you, and you are now grappled, restrained, blinded, and unable to breathe.
Okay. Well, this is the other way I can get someone out of here. Actually, oh no, wait, I don't have that. I can only get myself out of here. Never mind.
So those of you out in the hall hear squish, blorp, flub flub, and you hear like water splashing.
Yeah, or it's one of these.
Well, what's that noise? What's his face? Kirby makes?
Oh, well, no, that's Yoshi.
That's Yoshi.
I forget the noise Kirby makes.
I know. I
He,
can't think of...
he sucks in a bunch of air.
Isn't it just rushing wind?
Yeah.
Well, I
He
meant the
makes
actual
noise when he eats
swallowing
something,
part,
but-
not just the whirring noise. Anyway, Galen, you're inside.
Me?
Yeah, it's your turn. Make a con save, please.
Oh shit! I'm gonna die. Hell, I'm gonna die.
Builds character.
This is my third round, right?
Yes, 3rd of 4. Okay, you take no further damage. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna have to. I can't do anything else. I'm trying to claw my way out of this thing.
Okay. As you fail to damage it.
Shit. Fuck. I'm done. Fuck.
Okay. Squash. Squash.
Yep. Let's see. So I start my turn inside the thing.
Yeah, so I need a con save. Okay. Yeah, you resisted and take no further damage. You are currently blind, restrained, grappled, and unable to breathe.
Right.
What's your
Let's see.
con mod?
My con mod. Well, I'm holding my breath.
Right, but just so I have a note of it in case it actually gets silly.
It's 2.
Okay. So you have like 22 rounds before you suffocate.
Yeah. Now let me just see here. No, I can't perform verbal components in here.
Well, you held your breath, so you could, but you're letting go of that breath when you do so.
That's fine because what I'm casting is Misty Step.
You're blind.
Does Misty Step
To a point you
require-
can see.
Shut. Oh yeah. Well, we'll see. Misty Step is a bonus action. So
You didn't
will-
use your bonus action. You would know that you wouldn't be.
I know. First, I'm going to try and cut my way out.
Okay.
My sword.
Okay. Well, make an attack roll at disadvantage. That actually does damage.
All right. Does that? Oh, well, let me roll. For a combination of 20 magical slashing and necrotic.
Yeah, you made a pretty good gash in there. You think that if you were to use an action, you could probably claw your way out after that.
Well, that was my action. I can't just use my movement to get out.
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, I am going to Misty Step out.
Okay. Yeah, you appear next to it in the water, next to this statue.
Yep.
You can kind of see like the side of it slowly deflating as that sack you were in is no longer there. You've also noticed that it's moved out of the center of the room and is now by the door.
How's it looking now? Is it?
It is.
still just...
It is near death.
Oh, perfect.
Anything
Well,
else in
that
your
was
turn?
my action and bonus action. That's what I got.
Okay. Eric, you start your turn inside. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, speaking of Constitution saving throws. Alright, I'm okay. That was concentration on Hex.
Ah, okay. Well, Eric, you fail. And as the mass shifts about, responding to Squash's escapade, you take an additional 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
And I'm unconscious.
Okay. Well, then your turn's done. Barnabas, at the start of your turn, please make a con save. That also fails.
Yep.
As the shifting mass crushes you, for an additional 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So what would you like to do on your turn? You are currently blinded, grappled, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Well, I'm still trying to get out, so we are gonna swing at it 2 more times.
Okay. Make your attacks at disadvantage. No success.
No success. And if I were to hold my breath now, it's kind of too late for that, huh?
It is too late. There is nothing to hold.
Okay. Any cool bonus actions? Oh. Actually, I want to bonus action. Oh, that you can see. Damn it. So there's no like I can't see like a slit or anything similar to like
Correct.
Eric. Okay. No, that's it.
All right. Aflista, you're out in the hall.
Wiggle peek, chill touch.
Okay, yeah, you wiggle peek, and as you look there, it's right there. You're in melee. Your attack is at disadvantage. You hit it anyway.
Of course, that's the one that hits. 9 necrotic.
All right, it is teetering, but it is not yet dead.
And I'll just sit tight right here.
All right. Do Odysseus.
All right, I peek the corner.
Yeah, it's right there. You are in melee with it.
Magic missile.
Okay. Well, they strike unerringly.
Upcast.
All right.
Second level.
Uh-huh. All right. Your bolts fly into its flesh. Hold on. All right. So your bolts overpenetrate as it kind of just makes this flabby sound as it dies. Everyone currently inside, that is Galen, Eric, and Barnabas, you all take 8 points of damage from the overpenetration through its now dead flesh. In Galen's case, I think that... for Eric, who's unconscious, I believe that causes a failed death save.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on your turn, do Odysseus? This mass of fungus is not moving anymore. Very clearly dead.
Nay, nothing at the moment.
Okay. Galen, you're still inside. You kind of felt it die. There's no need to make a con save, but you are still blinded and unable to breathe, even though it's not holding you and restraining you anymore.
Can I push my way out?
It takes a strength athletics check in this case.
Ineffectual.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're unable to force your way out of this heavy mass of fungus that's sitting on you.
I'm hitting it and trying to let the party know to get me out of this.
Yeah,
I can't breathe.
as it all goes dark, because that was the end of your 4th round, I believe.
I know.
So you are now unconscious and bleeding out. You are at 0 hit
How am I
points.
I'm bleeding out too.
So suffocation is after that. You drop to 0 hit points and are dying. All right, Squash. So you heard Galen calling for help as his voice faded away.
Yep, I'm gonna go over there and try to pull him out of there.
Okay, strength athletics check. Just a straight strength. Yeah, you're just reaching into this match, just pulling him out like it's some goo that he's stuck in.
I don't suppose I can like use the crowbar as a stent to make a hole to pull him through.
It would give you advantage.
That's what I wanted.
All right.
I'm glad I had advantage.
Indeed. As you pierce in there with your crowbar, kind of yoink him out like a shepherd's hook. But yeah, he looks like he is currently dying, having suffocated inside of there.
Well, I would help him, except that was my action.
Indeed.
So that's it.
All right, Eric, death save. Eric? Oh, there you are. All right, well, that's 2 failures so far. Bartimus, this is the start of your 3rd round. You are no longer restrained, just blinded and unable to breathe.
Yep.
So it's a strength athletics.
On out.
Strength athletics check. All right, yeah, you claw your way out to sweet. Okay, it's not really all that sweet. It smells quite horrible, but fresh air. And you are.
Okay, so.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
Yeah, so you crawl out. That took your action.
If I have 2 attacks, does that mean I could also use my action to shove a healing potion down somebody's throat?
No. 2 attacks means that when you take the attack action, you get 2 attacks. You won't still only have 1 action.
Diggity darn. Trying to see if I have anything.
Yeah, it would be a bonus action at this point.
Yep, I'm just trying to think of what is my wild magic? Does it have anything to your rage and? Nope. Okay, well that's it.
All right.
For me.
Aflista?
So 2 people are still inside that we can't see, and who's outside dying? Galen?
Galen was pulled out by Squash. Eric is the only party member besides Twidget currently missing.
All right. Can we see that Eric is in the process of dying?
No, you can't
Actually,
see
I
him
guess
at
it
all.
wouldn't.
He's inside the massive creature.
Wouldn't make much of a difference anyways. Can I use like a dagger to cut him out to make it like a dexterity instead of strength thing?
No.
Yeah, shit. Alright, well, I'll go digging around for him then.
Okay, strength athletics check. Dagger's just not quite massive enough to actually give you any leverage against something this fucking big.
Short sword?
Short sword would work. You can use it like a crowbar.
All right. So no
Advantage.
Ba-ba.
All
19.
right. Yeah. You cut in there and kind of yoink and pry. Your sword getting all covered in muck as you reach Eric and pull him out with your action. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Do Odysseus?
All right. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Oh, wait. Am I able to see them inside of here?
I mean, you can currently see all the party members. Yeah, they've all been pulled out.
Just the two of them are in the process of dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Galen
They've
looks to
already-
be rough. So does Eric.
Okay. They've all been pulled out. Okay. You said Galen's rough and Eric is rough?
Yeah, like they're both unconscious.
All right. Galen's a cleric. I head over to Galen.
Okay.
Producing a health potion from my wizard belt. And I feed it to him.
Okay. Roll it. Alright, Galen, you wake up on the ground with 6 hit points and a level of exhaustion. Do Odysseus on your turn. Anything else?
No, that's all. Actually, yeah, that's all I got.
Alright. Galen, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna. Who else is dying?
It looks like Eric is dying currently.
I'm gonna stabilize Eric. I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. You stabilize Eric. And with that, I think we are actually out of initiative. Eric, please roll a d4. Alright, well, you'll wake up with a hit point in 1 hour. So, what do you guys want to do?
I am hurt bad, guys. We need to rest. We need to rest badly.
Okay, let's leave like we were planning to originally.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, are we sure that we've cleansed the evil?
Yeah, I think so. It was the cult. That was what they were worried about.
Because this seemed pretty evil. I mean, let's just take a peek upstairs.
Yeah, that was just a fungal monster. I mean, those
In a
were...
room that we previously didn't have access to. I think we should do due diligence and look upstairs.
Well, we can look upstairs after we take a rest because some people need one.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Let's go back to the entrance.
All right.
Real quick, I'm gonna cast. Well, yeah, I'm gonna cast Alarm. It'll take a minute, and I'll burn the spell slot for it.
In the statue room here?
Yeah, there's a. If this is a place we haven't gone through yet.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
I just want to put it in whatever entrance we haven't gone through past here to know if things start coming out of the area we haven't been before. I'm going to have it be a mental alarm. So we're probably going to be more than 60 feet away.
Okay. You can do that. As the party works their way south past the iron-barred cells, climbing up the rope to the hallway with a broken floor, proceeding up the set of stairs, and into a room where off in the distance on the other side of it you can see the exit towards the docks and the red light of the setting sun. Ruffles, are you back yet?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys can easily make your way over to the docks and begin preparations for a long rest. But so, Twidget, you're out in the field. You know, you heard what sounded like an iron bell tolling. And that obelisk, the edges of it are now glowing with like an electric blue light. Like a bright blue.
Huh. Maybe it senses when cows are near. I start heading towards it.
Okay. Yeah, spend 20 minutes just walking your way, bypassing the fire, which is burning out and just being smoke now. It's white grass. And yeah, you eventually arrive in front of what you can now tell to be an iron obelisk. About 250 feet tall, 4 sides, its base 25 feet along the side. At the top, it has a 4-sided pyramidal tip. And at the base, you can see also glowing in like electric blue these like runes that appear to be arcane in nature.
Huh. Well, that's cool. But it's not a cow, so I'm gonna go keep looking for cows. Yeah, I was told they're near this area, so yeah, I start circling the area.
Okay.
Looking for cows.
Make a survival check as you begin hunting around for cows.
Discord's being slow.
So, yeah, you spend the rest of the daylight looking about in increasingly wide areas, but finding no cows as the sun sets.
Hmm.
The blue of the obelisk kind of sitting there off like on the other side of a small hill, kind of giving like an eerie glow to the sky and hiding some of the stars.
How long did it take me to get here?
It took you about an hour and a half from Mantru to get to your current position.
Okay. I'm gonna start heading back to Mantru, knowing it's getting late, and being like, okay, maybe they were pranking me and sent me to the wrong obelisk. So I'll go back and ask for better directions.
Okay. Well, as you start heading back, and you pass by the obelisk, still glowing with that blue light, as the moonlight strikes it, I need Twidget to make a wisdom saving throw.
Huh. Well, good thing I got a backup character.
Alright, you've just been dominated by the obelisk.
See what I'm talking about?
And it is compelling you to touch it and make a wish.
It's gonna be hilarious. Twidget goes up to it and wishes he had a cow. That's the foremost thing that's been in his mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course it would be Twidget that triggers this, as there is a flash of blue light, a clang of a cowbell, and a moo, as there is now a dairy cow next to you.
What a waste of a fucking wish, but that's hilarious.
I don't know, that reeked of monkey's paw to me. I think that was a safe thing to use it on.
It's just the irony that Twitch the one that triggered it, and he's like, "I want a cow." Like, that's what I'm out here. So he's like, so is he still being dominated, or
No,
is he
no, the
free to go?
effect ends, the lights on the obelisk go out, and it appears to be an inert hunk of iron, slightly warm to the touch.
Well, Twitch will look around, kind of confused at how he got so close to the obelisk. Then he'll see the cow and say, "Oh, there's a cow over here." Grab it by the lead and start bringing it back to town, knowing, yeah, I know I'll need to do a con save for exhaustion, but
Yes, you will. As you eventually make your way back to town.
I'll just do that to see if I get it or not, because it'll go away, so it really doesn't matter.
Unless you get attacked at night.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get a level of exhaustion as you make your way back to Mantru. Cow and Told. The villagers all seem very confused, as they have never seen a creature of its like.
The cow, as white as milk.
Yeah, as Umlaut comes over and says, "Oh well, that's a cow."
Yeah, it was right where you said. It was right by that big obelisk.
He looks like, really? Okay, that's great.
A series of hilarious events with Twidget.
Mm-hmm. As they invite you to spend the night in the village before heading back in the morning.
Yeah, and then I'll show them like how to it's like a goat milking, but it's a lot easier with.
Oh yeah,
this.
yeah. They catch on, and you also at that point realize that they had butter. It was just goat's butter.
But I was told cow. And well, so from Twidget's perspective, he was asked to get butter, and back home when Twidget wanted butter, you went and got the cow and you churned butter from milk.
Right.
That's where the cow came from.
I get it. It's just funny because they had goats. They had goat's milk.
And they had butter.
They had butter. You could have just asked for some and they would have given it to you.
No, I need a cow for butter. And they're like, we have butter. No, I need a cow.
Well, that's the thing. That's what you told Umlaut. You need a cow. You didn't say anything about butter.
I did say but I was so fast. It's like, I need a cow for butter for the crab. It was all one word when I said that, though. But anyway, yeah. So
okay.
Twidget will get some sleep and have fresh butter for the boys in the morning if they come back.
So, switching back to the rest of the party. So you're on the docks. Night has fallen. Are you guys setting a watch or just all going to sleep?
Well, first of all, is the boat here?
No, your boat is not there. Twidget has not returned.
Well, this is our first inkling that Twidget may have taken that request a little too seriously.
There was ever doubt in your mind that he didn't take it seriously?
Fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, so from now on, no practical jokes or sarcasm with that one, because he will literally take them and run with it. But yeah, we should set a watch and take a rest.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast.
So, what's the watch order you guys are setting then, if you're setting a watch?
I can take first. Who wants second and third watch, and fourth?
I'm third. I'm always third. You know what I'm about.
Okay, who wants third, or who wants second watch? Any takers? Flista?
I mean, if you want someone who's not great at keeping watch.
I'm not very good either, and then I guess Galen can take fourth.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yep. So that is me, Aflista, Duo, Galen. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you put that in chat, please? Just so I have an easy reference. All right. Well, Squash, you sit there on your watch, and about a half hour into your watch, you begin hearing what are distinctly voices coming from inside the dungeon, like filtering out through that hallway.
No, that's not good. I try to listen as best I can.
Yeah, it's almost like a low murmuring, and you're unable to figure out like distinct words. It's almost like several voices overlapping. Like if you've ever listen to like the din of a crowded cafeteria at range where you're
Oh,
barely
yeah.
hearing it. That's kind of what you're listening to here. It's really hard to, you can't really pick out individual words or even voices in language.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you do anything?
No.
Okay. Well, other than the voices, which continuously sound throughout your watch finishes without incident, and you wake up Aflista. Aflista can also hear it.
Yeah, that's been going on pretty much since we went to bed. But I would recommend leaving it alone for now. We'll go look in the morning.
Did my alarm go off?
No.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'll keep an eye in that direction.
Okay, but other than that, you take no action?
No. Don't really have much I can do.
Alright. Your watch, otherwise than the voices, pass without incident. And you wake up Duodecius, who can also hear the voices.
Do you hear the voices too? Sorry. Alright.
Apparently they've been chattering for like the last 3 hours or 4. Gets really boring after a while. Try conversation.
I would like to spend my watch straining myself to hear them.
Okay.
What do the whispers tell me?
You are unable to make out individual voices. Same problem that Squash had.
I shall wander ever so slightly from camp.
Okay, how close are you going to get?
Incredibly fucking stupid as that is. 60 feet.
Okay. So 60 feet would actually bring you to like the entrance of the hall that leads to like that big room. And the voices you can still hear, they're definitely coming from that hallway. They're a little bit louder, but still like indistinct murmuring.
I am apparently feeling really ballsy. I would like to sneak in.
Okay. Well, as you begin sneaking in down this hall, I will need a stealth check from you. Well, you stumble a little bit, making some noise as you go the 50 feet down this hall and look and peer into the large chamber beyond. Here you can hear murmuring, and it seems to be coming from the center of the room, where moonlight is filtering through a 15-foot diameter circle in the roof, which is casting its light onto the floor. Nothing is visible inside in that area, though, but you can hear voices. And now, as you're close enough, you can hear that while they're still murmuring, you can pick out that there are at least 6 different languages being spoken simultaneously.
What languages?
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, Gnomish, Infernal, and Abyssal.
Can I pick out the words of the languages I know from Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Infernal?
Sorry, muted. Make a perception check. It appears to be people begging for mercy. Like it's different voices in different languages, all pleading to be spared, all pleading for mercy and that they have had enough, etc., etc.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna write this down on a piece of paper.
Okay.
I pull out one of my 4 message rocks. I wrap the paper around the message rock. I put it in the sling, and I sling it at the campsite.
Okay. Is your message rock actually a special rock, or is it just a rock?
It's actually just a rock.
Okay. No, just making sure it wasn't like, something that explodes and makes noise. So you just throw a rock into the camp.
Yeah.
Clack, clack it goes as it hits the ground, as it hits the stone of the ground.
I'm also going to, realizing that was kind of pointless, I'm going to walk up, wake Galen, tell him what I'm doing, which is going to check out the light, and then I'm going to go do it.
Okay. So you wake up Galen. You hear these indistinct voices, Galen. And Duodesi's standing over you.
Galen, I'm going to go check out the voices.
All right.
There's several languages. They're speaking and begging for mercy. I'm going to go check it out. That is incredibly risky. Okay, let's do it.
We have had a rest, so let's check it out.
No, you haven't. You haven't finished your long rest yet.
Oh,
Don't tell him that.
Well, you know what? I'm still.
They're begging for mercy, Galen. We got to help them.
I mean, mercy.
They're pleading for help.
I mean, what's in it for us?
That's what we're going to go find out.
All right, fine.
All right, we go.
Okay, so you walk back into that large room. The voice is a little easier to hear, but still pretty hard and indistinct.
All right. I cautiously approach the circle of light.
Okay. You are right at the edge of the circle of light. Where's Galen relative to you?
Behind him?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to reach into the light.
Okay. Well, as soon
So fucked.
as you reach your hand into the light, Galen, Duodesi's disappears.
What?
Like, as soon as he breached the edge of the light, he disappeared from sight.
Like, did he just like vanish into the just?
Yeah.
Like Frodo putting on the ring.
Well, I think we'll go back to the rest of the party and inform them that we may have lost our wizard.
Okay, so you start walking back to the party. Duodesius, you are in a fog, standing on what appears to be a featureless plain. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 15.
Ah, well, it's not quite so featureless. The plain is made up of skulls. Like you're standing on think like as far as the eye can go, just skulls piled, and you're standing atop them.
Be a great place for a throne.
No blood though.
The elemental plane of skulls.
So do you do anything, or just stand there?
Well, detect magic ritual. Actually, I haven't finished a rest,
That is true. You've not finished a rest.
and casting would break it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I shall simply stand and investigate my immediate surroundings.
Okay. Make an
Like
investigation check.
Yeah.
As you begin looking about in this featureless fog, gray sky, and skulls for the ground.
Like the basement of our family crypt.
Yeah, you're looking about. You see nothing in the sky, nothing as far as your eyes can penetrate the fog. As you bend down and kind of pick up the skull and start looking at it, you realize that there are many different races of skulls. Human skulls, elf skulls, gnome and halfling skulls, dwarf skulls, tiefling skulls, monstrous looking skulls, orc, gnoll, even a bunch of skulls as you're looking at species you do not recognize at all. And that's when you begin to hear crunch, crunch, crunch. Something walking on bone, getting closer.
Hmm.
Also, Gilbert, quick question for spellcasting. Isn't that a short rest is fully interrupted, but a long rest requires an hour of interruption to actually break the long rest?
That is true, yes.
Oh. Well then. Under.
Yeah, you were thinking a short rest. That would be immediately interrupted if you did anything.
I do believe I shall be pulling a Homer Simpson, except instead of a shrubbery, I shall be disappearing into the fog as I cast Fog Cloud.
Okay, you've cast Fog Cloud. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Still getting closer. Anything else you do?
Let's see. No. I shall simply listen with my ears and attempt to carefully and cautiously move out of the sound's way if it gets too close.
Well, make a stealth check, as currently it seems to be coming right for you. It appears to be tracking you, as it still is coming right at you. And when you hear the footsteps enter your fog cloud, and it's about 15 feet away or so, they stop. And you hear a dry, raspy voice. Such actions are futile. This is my domain, and I know everything in it. You are trespassing. What brings you, outsider, to my graveyard?
Was this spoken or in my head?
Spoken. However, you notice that murmuring, those voices that have been kind of background, have gone utterly silent for the first time since you've gotten here.
Interesting. How big does the voice sound?
It did not sound big at all. It sounded about your size.
All right. I came here following the voices from inside the tomb.
Tombs. Tombs are paths to this place. And what were you hoping to accomplish here?
I sought nothing save to satisfy curiosity as to the voices I had heard.
Then look about you, wizard. Look about you and see their sources.
I see it, and has grown quite quiet.
The chattel stop when the master speaks.
A master of what?
Master of puppets.
This
Master!
We just got a Metallica theme going tonight. For whom the bell tolls.
yeah, it's completely unintentional too. I am master of this graveyard. I wonder, are you destined to join their chorus?
Insight. I don't know actually if this would be insight, but from what this entity is saying, am I able to glean any more information about what this is or where I am?
You can make what inferences you like, but no, there's really no special insight your character would be able to make here. Remember, you blinded yourself with fog cloud. You don't even see him.
Fair enough. Under, I think I will dispense with the cloud.
Okay. And as the cloud dissipates, you can see at the edge of the fog, like just where you start to lose visible cohesion, you see a figure standing, about a little bit taller than you, but not by much. A figure with eyes like two cinders, and loose, flowing hair that seems buffeted as if by a gentle breeze that you do not feel. Its chest cavity is split open and burns with a hellish light, and you can see its hands end in wicked claws. There, wizard. You have, I think, a choice here. On one hand, die and join the chorus of voices that you were so curious about. The other, leave whence you came. Go back to this tomb that you wandered in from. But know that I know you, and will be watching.
Insight.
Make an insight check then.
Holy crap.
The being appears to be utterly emotionless, as if it does not care which option you choose, just that you make a choice. You see no weapons, and though it is adorned with ancient-looking jewelry, it has not made any aggressive motion towards you, standing as if a chance encounter while walking through a meadow.
Does the insight provide me any hints as to the possible nature of this creature? Like, when paired with its, physical description.
I mean, you're either dealing with something from hell or something from high water. This is definitely otherworldly.
Oh, and High Water is also known for its, I guess, metal album cover looking creatures.
Some of the gods, yes. Yes, this does tend to be a bit more infertile looking than perhaps you would expect from high water. But if this is a avatar or a servant of a god, if this is a solar of a god of death, for instance, it might look like this. Or it's a demon.
Biblically accurate Swedish death metal album cover.
I got the perfect metal album cover here. Just let me find it.
And how would returning whence I came work?
There we go.
This is a place of death. To leave, you must show yourself to be immunicable to death. Spill blood, your living blood, on the bones beneath your feet, and find your way thence back to the living.
Wait, hold on. Under.
Mm-hmm.
It wants me to prove that I am inimicable.
Inimical to a place of death. Therefore, you must prove you are alive by shedding blood, as the dead can't do that.
I think it means your own blood.
That's right, Gilbert. Show him you're alive right up until you're dead.
Interesting. Under, is there any significance to this entity's argument of if it bleeds, we can kill it?
Yes, it's the player's prayer. If it has hit points, we can kill it.
Therefore, it's alive. That's all you're doing. Proving that you're alive. And you don't belong where you are right now.
Alright. Indeed, I shall produce blood then.
Okay. How do you do it?
Let's see, what kind of wizardy ass option do I have?
Blow yourself up with a fireball?
Fireball fixes anything if you use enough.
Nah. I got my wizardy wizard knife. Mostly used for opening up letters. Actually, under.
Yeah.
From Duodecius' understanding of law and his languages, does any of this run suspiciously close to, say, legally binding compacts?
You've left the realm of mortals and mortal law. If this is a fae, then yeah, it would. Like old fae stories. Think of that. Like, by acquiescing to what he says, therefore you are now bound by whatever agreement he believes you to have forged. If he's a fae. If he's a devil, you didn't sign a contract, so no real agreement there. And you're not exactly praying to him, so if he's a deity, he's not going to give you anything because of that.
Okay. So the only risk of highly metaphorical goofy crap is with the Fae.
If he's a Fae, and if he sees this as some type of agreement, yes.
Yeah, I'll just ask this entity straight out. Is it an agreement?
I care not for the consent of those who would join me here in this dead place. Agree or not, you either die or you live. Choose.
Insight.
Sure, make an insight check. You get the feeling it's a moot question.
So this is less a contract and more an ultimatum.
Indeed. Well, yeah. Duodust is going to choose life.
Okay, so what do you do?
Yeah, he'll shed some of his own blood.
How are you doing it?
Knife.
Okay. So you're cutting your own throat?
No.
Well, then what are you doing?
Hand. Finger, actually.
Okay. How much
was the hand? There are so many easier parts of the body.
because it's stereotypical, Pete. But yeah, I know
it's dramatic, Pete. That's why.
So you're like slashing your palm and like kind of welling it all up and splashing it down on the skulls. Is that what you're doing here?
Oh no, I'm being stingy with that.
So
if it were me, I would just bite the inside of my cheek and spit some on the floor.
Well, that's not. No, that's if you wandered into this.
Oh, well, it's just as dramatic, in a different way.
No, what you gotta do is you gotta impress him, cut open a femoral artery. Or both of them.
Okay. So when you say you're being stingy, like you're like pricking a fingertip and like dropping a single drop of blood?
Yeah.
Okay. So you prick yourself?
Actually, I won't even drop it. I'll stick it on there with my own finger.
You just smear it on one of the skulls at your feet?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wipe your finger on the skull, leaving a bit of a bloody trail behind. As you see it evaporate into what must be steam, but looks, as it kind of moves in ways that don't seem to act like air, as it dissipates into the fog around you. And as you look up, the creature is not present anymore, though you still hear his voice. I will be watching until the end. And you find yourself standing back in that room, your hand sticking into the moonlight. You can hear Galen retreating behind you down that hall towards the party. Moments have passed since you disappeared.
Injury still there?
There is like a little scar on your finger from where you pricked it, as if it had healed over badly a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
No loss of dexterity or sensation there. It's almost like a discoloration.
Mm-hmm. Well, Duodust is going to go keep the party informed.
I thought you vanished.
Yep. And Duodecus is going to spill all of the details.
All right. Well, do the rest of you do anything else? Or do you just go back to sleep? The murmuring voices are still there, by the way.
Just keep walking in.
I mean, it's like a planar entity, not a cult. Sounds like it's contained.
Yeah, this just sounds like a gateway to the plane of death, or whatever the equivalent of the this world's
Well, there's hell and high
Purgatory.
water, so I don't know where else you could end up.
purgatory.
There's no purgatory.
Oh, there isn't. No.
Yeah,
No,
it's my understanding there are 2 other planes in this world, and they are hell and high water.
Basically, yes. There's hell and high water. There are aspects of the elements, but they aren't actual planes. They're more like moons, if you were to think of a cosmology.
Ooh.
And then everybody's private demiplanes that all,
Yeah, but
everywhere.
those are more like bubbles on the material plane.
Yeah, they're the dark plane.
Yeah.
Or the deep plane, whatever you want to call it.
The positive and negative energy planes kind of define the upper and lower portions of it, the flow kind of flowing through the planes that then orbit each other, the material hell, high water, with the aspects of the elements around them. Outside of that is unknown. That would, the luminiferous and ether that they float in is, kind of the astral plane equivalent.
Well, I don't know where the hell he was.
Greyhawk's out there.
Yes, beyond the planes is Greyhawk. It's all Greyhawk. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are, you were all woken up by this.
I posted my hypothesis, a screenshot from Underdark Zone entries on the wiki. I think we're just going to try to finish our rest.
Okay.
Yes.
Which kind of takes on a weird new meaning given what we just did, or what I just did.
All right, let's see. So, Duodecus, the rest of your watch passes without incident. Galen, during your watch, you can still hear those murmuring voices coming from inside the dungeon. Do you want to go fuck with it anymore?
No.
Okay. Well, the rest of your watch passes without incident. Morning comes, and all of you have had a successful long rest. Duodecus, however, has some special stuff.
Oh boy.
You see, when you went back to sleep, you dreamed. And as you dreamed, you found yourself on that plane of skulls, and you saw ghostly figures on their knees, pleading, begging, asking for mercy from that desiccated figure that you conversed with before. He seems to just ignore them, and he continues walking. You don't see towards what or from what. but as he walks around, these ghostly figures just constantly approach him. That's your dreams. You're just like watching this guy take a walk.
Mm-hmm.
When you wake up, you also get a long rest. You also have this constant feeling now that you are being watched at all times.
Neat.
And you gain a 9th level spell slot, in addition to whatever source of spell slots you may have.
Sorry, what?
You have gained a 9th level spell slot. This is in addition to any other spell slots you may have gained. So,
Magic Missile Upcast is going to be spicy now.
well, what I mean though is when you reach a high enough level of wizard that you gain a single 9th level spell slot, you will then have 2.
Oh, okay. So I don't currently have a 9th level.
No, you currently have one.
Oh.
But what I mean is it's not the one you, like it's not just the one you normally get. It's an addition to that.
I'm already thinking of the ways you could exploit that for like all the various effects in the game that say like for spells that you have a spell slot of that level. Because there's a couple things that work that way.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any spells at that spell level.
Yeah, but there are certain other things.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. Yes. And yes, that applies. He has a 9th level spell slot. If something is triggered off having a spell slot of that level or higher, he has it.
Uh-huh. Okay, now I need to figure out how to add this to the character sheet.
If you enable mod mode, there'll be little blue numbers above your spell slots. You can just add a 1 to the 9th level slot. And it will add a spell slot there.
Modifier?
Yeah.
Well, ain't that handy. Oh, under. I will use my magical scribe quill to record what I saw in the dream.
Okay.
In detail.
Yes. Yes, you can. As it appears to have seared itself into your memory. You will never forget it.
Awesome.
So unfortunately, because of the way the wizard's spellcasting feature is worded, it does not appear that you can copy 9th level spells into your spellbook just by having a 9th level slot.
Yeah, I gotta be able to do it.
Yeah, you have to actually have the ability to prepare 9th level spells.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the potential to use that amount of, magical, nonsense now. I just don't actually have the wizardy knowledge to prep anything for it.
You have gained power, but have nothing to use it with.
Well, except for Magic Missile.
Yeah, upcasting shit.
Right, but, yeah.
Hey, upcast Magic Missile is scary.
Magic Missile Barrage.
Especially if you dial it up to 9.
But now I need to question if using it is smart.
What's the consequence of using it, huh?
Uh-huh.
Takes a little bit of your life away.
I've been reading the book under. It's got some smart things for how to handle this nonsense.
But yeah, as the sun rises and the moon sets, the voices dissipate. Seagulls cry out. Twidget manages to coax the cow into the canoe, which sits dangerously low in the water. And it just sits there as you begin paddling it towards the taboo island.
Cows can swim, right?
Not well.
Ah, whatever. Row, 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 a boat gently across the lake. Here I come, butter to make. That's what Twitch is singing the entire way, not quietly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and every so often, like, because of the boat's rocking, you just hear, like, cowbell clang, like, punctuating your song.
Sounds like he's trying to sonically churn the cow directly into butter.
So those of you, like, on the island, what do you do?
We see the boat coming over.
Let's see. How far would that be?
Crater Lake, foggy morning. You might hear the cowbell.
It is a little foggy because of, the fact it's a lake in the morning. And it, fits with the theme.
You just hear a cowbell.
It's only like a mile and a half. So you don't hear Twidget singing first. No, you hear clang. Like cowbell clang. And then you begin to hear Twidget singing. As like a half hour into your breakfast, you see the 7-year-old piloting a canoe that looks like it's just about to start taking on water with a cow sitting at the bow of it.
Moo.
But eventually, Twidget pilots the canoe into the dock area. And he can lead the cow stepping off the canoe and onto the docks, which creak ominously, but hold. And Twidget can then lead the cow over to the party's camp.
I found a cow. We can make butter now. Well, okay then. Everybody's super excited about the cow, I guess.
No, good work.
Twidget pouts.
Where'd you find a cow?
Well, I went to the village and they said that there's cows to the north, so I went to the north. I didn't see any cows, and on my way back, there was just a cow. I don't know where he came from. But he was right where they said he'd be, by this giant metal obelisk thingy.
Detect magic. Underdark, reveal to me the cow's secrets.
It is not magical.
I cast Identify on the cow. Ritual casting these.
Okay, you ritually cast Identify. The cow is not affected by any spells.
I insight check the cow.
Make an animal handling check, actually.
It moos.
It moos like a cow, because that is, as far as you can tell, what this is.
Mm-hmm.
It is like a fully grown dairy heifer.
We're gonna name it. We gonna name the cow?
Yeah, Bella.
Alrighty. Well, let's head back into the dungeon. Gotta check out that room.
We should try finding some like greeny, grassy area to tie the cow off in.
There is none. It's stone, rock, and the slightly rotten wooden planks that make up the docks that actually have the boat tied up to.
No
pier.
moss or anything?
There's a little bit of lichen growing on one of the rocks.
Yeah, tie her up by that.
Okay. She moves sadly as you guys head into the dungeon and out of sight.
All right, so let's head back to that room with the weird fungus that was eating people.
Okay. So you walk across the room, the sunlight streaming in through that hole in the ceiling. No voices coming from it. Do you guys walk through that circle of sunlight? Or around it?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure somebody walked through it during the daytime already.
I'll walk through it.
Okay, yeah, you walk through it. The sun slightly warms you. As you then head down the hall, down the stairs, descending the ropes into the water-filled room through the broken floor of the dungeon hallway. Through the door to the north, the hall with the iron-barred cells to either side, and opposite that, an open doorway. Really crappy-looking statues visible on the other side of it, along with a bunch of dead, like at this point it's kind of reduced to almost like a slime, but like, you know that kind of slimy texture like leaves and plants get when they start to rot?
Can't say that I do.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Like if you've ever had produce like go really bad.
I've done that. It's definitely not part of the science experiment.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what it's starting to look like. It still smells horrible. But you're easily able to just kind of shove it out of the way. It's very, very dead.
What the heck is this stuff?
Oh, can I cast Burning Hands to light the area on fire after we splatter some oil on it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can begin burning this thing.
Are you asking me to splatter the oil, or are you splattering the oil?
I got some oil. Do you want to splatter some oil?
Well, I didn't know if you had oil or if you were expecting me to use mine. I wasn't sure.
I mean, I got oil. Do you want to help burn it?
Well, yes. Twitch is a pyromaniac.
Alrighty, Twidget. Let's burn up the compost.
All right. Yeah. Twitch will throw a flask of oil and help Grandpa burn his stuff.
Yeah, you light it on fire. The area filling with thick, oily smoke. This stuff does not burn cleanly, but it does burn. And you can see the 8 statues still arrayed around the open trap door in the ceiling of this 30 by 30 room. A hall leads out to the north. Passage, though, is barred by 3 stone pillars spaced to block that opening. The rotten remains of the trapdoor floating in the water that's still like knee deep. And with your dark vision, you can see a dark room is visible above the trapdoor. So what do you guys do?
Well, the rope should still be there, so we could climb up through it.
Yeah, it got pulled out of the ceiling, but you could easily put it back.
Oh, yeah, I replaced the rope.
Yes, it is trivial to do so. Yeah, it grabbed it when it came down and pulled the python out of the floor, of the ceiling. But yeah, you're easily able to do it. Are you climbing up first then, Squash?
Sure.
Okay. So you ascend the rope and poke your head into the room above, which appears to be a 20-foot wide, 40-foot long chamber. The trapdoor appears to open into like a corner of it, so you're looking like along this thin room. At the back of the room, what was before covered by that mass of moss, tentacles, and fungi, you can see what appear to be scraps of rusty up metal, perhaps plates from a set of plate mail that was twisted and destroyed and then left to rot, along with a book, a large tome that appears to be in pristine condition.
Well, I would encourage the rest of the party to join me up here, including Duodecius, who might want to take a look at that book.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
in case.
Climb up. Well, ritual cast, detect magic, and then I start climbing up.
Okay, you ritual cast detect magic and climb up. And that book, as soon as you climb up there, you can tell is definitely a magical book.
I'd like to insight check the definitely magical book. Well, actually, is there any school in particular?
No particular school.
What's it look like?
It looks like a leather tome with a metal hinge for the spine. The pages appear to be thick and somewhat crinkled with age, and there is no title on the cover. But there is a symbol. There are two symbols on it.
Is there anything else about the room that you didn't describe because I got excited about the magic book?
Nope. The room is a plain masonry room with no apparent other ways in or out other than that trapdoor.
All right. I'd like to investigate the room first.
You don't care to hear about the symbols that are plainly obvious on the cover of the book?
I mean, I'll get to that in a moment.
Okay. Well, then make an investigation check as you ignore the book.
Twidget, can I get assistance on the investigation?
Yes, you can.
Galen, can I get guidance?
Yes.
Other than the book, you notice nothing about the room.
All right. All right. Now I will turn my attention to the book.
Okay.
Tell me, what are these symbols upon it?
3 vertical marks close together. Like it's embossed into the leather of the cover.
Do I recognize it?
The closest symbol you would recognize that to being is it almost could be a symbol of Voxiar, the good god of rivers, which is normally represented by 4 blue vertical lines. This is only 3, and it's not colored.
What color is it?
Leather colored. Like it's the same color as the cover, it's just there's like an embossed 3 vertical troughs.
What color is the leather?
Brown.
All right. I shall ritual cast detect magic on the book.
The book is magical.
Not detect magic, identify.
Ah, okay. Identify tells you that this is a manual of bodily health.
Ooh, that's real good.
Indeed. Gentlemen, this is a manual of bodily health. Who needs to get swole?
I actually could use it. My constitution is not as high as it might be. But then again, we do have somebody who needs it more.
Here's the thing you need for the thing you're trying to fix.
Oh, but I want it.
Exactly, that's why I'm laughing.
Are we? I mean, we could just spend money to fix Twidget's issue.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, his can be fixed with a spell. Mine can't.
And also, it regains it a century. Twidget will still be alive.
Yeah, but also we can just find somebody to greater restoration to.
No. I'm saying if you used it right now, Twidget could just hang on to it.
Oh, the book.
Yeah,
Note
because
to
it regains in
self.
a century, but he's a gnome, so.
Oh yeah, I guess
Failed
if you need it
intuition.
in 100 years.
A blink of
Alright.
an eye for a little lad like me.
Tell you what, I'll let you use it next.
Alright. So the book goes to Squash,
If everyone's okay with that.
as this kind of book always does.
Yeah. I would say hold off on reading it until we're for sure we can just greater restoration twitch it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll hold on to it, and once we take care of your problem, then I'll use it.
Yeah, once we know we can just greater restoration to get the 1 con point he lost back. Otherwise, yeah, then I'd prefer if I could get it to get my health pool back up.
Are you sure? I'm pretty certain we could just be like, hey, we'd like to take 100 years of downtime.
I mean, we have done that once before.
Wait,
that was
seriously?
closer to 1,000 years of downtime.
You guys took 1,000 years of downtime?
Gorosh took his entire life worth of downtime and then died and came back.
Yep, as part of a wish that we made. Yeah, that was some goofy stuff.
I retroactively inserted myself into a wish we already made to bring myself back from the death.
It was actually a rather clever 4D chess move.
It really was. It really was.
I was so fucking proud of myself when I came up with that. But yeah, sidetracking.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, squad into the book, and then what else do we have to explore in this?
Well, this room
check
is
for secret doors and stuff.
Yeah, Duodesius gave the room a thorough investigation and found nothing.
Indeed, there's nothing here. See? And
Okay,
I
so dead end
poke a
nodes,
wall
just
with my
the
stick.
3-bar door.
Yes, made up of stone.
So there's that.
I
Shall we,
investigate the door.
Okay, so you guys are descending back to the statue room, and then Duodesius is walking over to those bars. Do I have that correct? Don't
Well,
roll yet.
I'm also bringing a light source.
Okay. Well, as you
Nice
step
grip
forward
forward.
to investigate the pillars, there is a click on the water underneath your feet,
Oh, shit.
and the pillars retract into the ceiling.
Shit.
You notice their conical tips of the part that had, but in the floor, two things about them. One, they appear to be tipped in iron. Second, they appear to also be covered in blood, like old dried blood.
Nah, that's just rust.
So, Duodesius, what are you doing at this point?
The wizard casts Scramble backwards.
Okay. As you step back, you hear another click, and those 3 pillars slam down into the ground. Splash, water goes in everybody's face.
Lean forward.
Lean forward, so you're not stepping forward?
Step forward.
Yeah, you step forward. Click. The pillars rise.
All right, so I'm going to have a foot on each spot. I'm just going to kind of shift my way back and forth.
Well, when you lift up your weight on the spot you were standing before, the pillars slam back down into the floor.
All right. I'd like to open it.
Okay.
Eric, Twidget, check out that room, please.
Okay.
Well, it's a hallway. It's a 10-foot wide hallway.
How far does it look like it goes?
You can see that it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Do you have more than 60 feet of dark vision?
120.
70, 80, 90, 100. You can see it goes at least 120 feet straight down. After about 30 feet, though, you do notice that the wall looks a little crumbly. Like the masonry's a little fucked up over there. But it's only for like a 30 foot. It's like 30 feet, crumbly looking section up for 30 feet, and then normal hallway for the remainder of the 120 feet.
I got a question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was asleep for an hour, wouldn't I only have like part of a long rest? I wouldn't have gone.
There was an hour before the long rest began. I sort of hand waved it away. Like I said, I mentioned the sun being low but not yet set. that time expired while we were covering Twidget, and no one said they wanted to do anything, so I just hand waved it away. You got a long rest.
Basically, the party took a short rest, waiting for you to wake up, and then took a long rest.
They did not take a short rest.
Well, the duration of a short rest passed. So
Yes.
you would have woken up.
Yes. And then you immediately took a long rest. You didn't, get yourself killed fighting, a dead god. And then, morning came and you got a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
I was very tempted.
What, to pick a fight?
Yeah.
Would have been funny.
You sure it wouldn't go like this? Roll an ish, power word kill.
Oh, no. No.
He seems like the kind of guy that would play with his food.
I don't want to spoil it, because it could come up again. But that is not at all what would have happened there. Anyway, it wouldn't have been good for anyone. Like don't think it's a prize worth getting. But no, it was not going to be as simple as killing you. Those people are begging for mercy for a reason. Anyway, so yeah, you're standing in this room. The northern hall is currently open with Duodecius standing on what must obviously be a pressure plate.
All right, well, I start heading down then, since he wants us to explore it.
Okay. Is Eric going with you? Like, right behind you?
Yeah,
No
I'll
idea.
go with him, but I don't know about the rest of them.
Well, I'm asking who's going with, or is it just you alone?
I mean, Duodecius asked me to go, so I'll go.
Okay, so you're just following Twidget as he starts walking down this hall?
Sure.
All right.
Is he walking normally or stealthily?
That's up to Twidget.
Water in the hall?
Yes.
Well, Twidget would ask him to stay back, because Twidget wouldn't make noise walking through the water.
Okay.
But you can follow me, but just keep me in line of sight. Do you have dark vision?
Nope.
Then you probably shouldn't come into the dark hallway.
Okay.
Defeats the purpose of being sneaky if you have to have a light source.
Okay.
So, yes, then I guess I'll be going alone unless somebody with dark vision wants to follow me a little bit back.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be following you either.
Then alone I am.
All right. So you start sneaking forward, and right as soon as you get past the pillars, there's a click underfoot. And the pillars slam back down into the water. Right behind you.
Huh.
This is why I was asking about if someone was following you. Because it would have been right there when that happened.
That would have been fun for them. All right, how wide are the gaps between? You said it's like 3 pillars, a door width. How wide are
Yes.
the gaps between the pillars?
Only about 6 inches. The pillars themselves are fairly substantial.
Okay.
It's like, 3-inch gap, 9-inch pillar, 3-inch gap, 9-inch pillar, 3-inch gap.
Then yeah, continue ahead.
And another gap and another pillar is 3. Anyway, yeah, so you, as you come forward and you hear a click as you step off the pressure plate, once again the pillars ascend into the ceiling.
A very interesting 2-way light switch.
All right, and as you start moving forward, I'm going to need a stealth check from you.
All right. Thank God for advantage.
All right. So as you're passing by the section of ruined masonry, you can see that it's like that section of wall collapsed and the stones are just kind of roughly stacked up in a wall shape, but aren't exactly as well placed or mortared as they were before. You notice there are some gaps, and you can hear creatures on the other side going squeak, squeak.
Huh. Is it a familiar squeak, squeak? Like that of a large rat that might look like a small dog?
It is exactly the type of squeaking that a large rat would make if it was the size of a small dog.
Okay. So if I look back, Duodeci is standing in the pressure plate, so I can still see him. Is he within 60 feet of me?
Yeah, he's currently 40 feet away from you.
Okay, then I will telepathically communicate to him as to not make any noise other than the loud whatever noise I made to roll a 13. So I'll telepathically communicate to Duodecius because I can see him and he's within 60 feet and let him know, like, might want to get more people in here. I think there's big rats.
All right. Under, I trigger the gate to open.
It was already open. You were standing on the pressure plate. You hadn't moved.
Oh, okay. And then tell people to jump over the spot with the plate that'll close it.
Or just go through one at a time.
The plate they can't see because of the water.
Fair enough. One at a time. We'll just go one at a time.
Yeah,
okay.
Use a check valve.
Okay, so one at a time. Do all of you agree and that's what you're doing? Any of you doing something different? Speak now or forever hold your squeak.
Yo, guys, wake up.
We're asking the entire party what they want to do. It's kind of important that you guys answer, not just sit there quietly.
How do we get past this?
We explained it.
Mister, focus your mind.
I'm listening.
We are walking in one at a time.
Okay.
Walk in.
Okay. I'll go first.
Okay. So you walk in, stepping onto the pressure plate. The pillars slam down behind you. As you keep walking forward and off the pressure plate, the pillars retract into the ceiling. Followed by Squash, then Eric. So Duodecius, you're the last one in that statuary room. What do you do? What are you going to do now?
Has everyone thoroughly passed that
Yes.
area? All right. So, what I will do looks like we lost someone. All right.
Yeah.
Where do I have it here? Ah, yes. I shall pull out.
My bad.
It's a suitably heavy item that I possess. Under.
Mm-hmm.
How close is this pressure plate to anything?
There's 5 feet between it and the statue to your left, 5 feet between it and the statue to your right, and about 6 inches between it and where those pillars come down.
All right, I take my 10-foot pole and I'd like to force it in such a manner that the pressure being applied on it by the wall keeps the plate down.
Okay. Yeah, you try to prop it down.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you wedge it, and as you kind of lift up your feet, it stays pressed down.
And I head through the doors.
Okay, as you head through the doors and step on the pressure plate.
I'd like to just jump that section if I can.
Sure, you jump that section. That's not a problem. The water sloshing, however, does potentially affect the pole you set there, which was good enough for now. So I'm going to say, why don't you go ahead and give me an intelligence athletics check to see how well you set that pole to hold that button down, and whether or not it will resist the effect of the water from your jumping.
All right, so intelligence mod.
Yeah, I don't know if you're proficient with athletics or not. That's why I said that way.
Oh no, all good. I got what you meant.
Yeah, it holds. It's wedged in there, and those pillars remain open. You occasionally hear a low squeak squeak from the walls where Twidget is standing. The water kind of sloshing at your feet.
Why do all of your giant rats, when they say squeak squeak, go squeak squeak, like really low?
Because small critters go squeak squeak, and big critters go squeak squeak.
I don't know. It's just a nice bit of consistency that I've noticed. It's great.
It also lets you know that these are the rats that will fuck you up.
These are the TPK rats.
Uh-huh. And with that said, and the rats get, preparing to ambush and devour the party, I think that's where we'll call it this evening. So that way everyone can be here to die.